that, hasn't there been? You know, where you'll tend to hear Republicans or those on the conservative side say, well, hey, the way that we're going to make the economy stronger, the way we're going to grow the economy, the way that we're really going to increase tax revenues coming into the government is through reducing taxes, reducing tax rate, doing more things that will put businesses in a position to want to hire, to want to expand, and to be able to support that and justify it. So, you know, we've had this fight over the last several years, you know, where you've seen tending those on the liberal side, on the Democratic side, we need to raise taxes, we need to increase revenue. Well, what has that done really? Well, what it's done is actually the opposite of that. We've been in a recession, and we're starting to come through that now, but tax revenues haven't been where we'd like to see them. So really, long story short, and what I'm really advocating is, you know what, if everybody wants to be happy, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if those that want to have more programs and provide more benefits to people really want to do that, well, they need to have the money coming from somewhere in order to do that. So you know what? You know, how's it worked for us over the last, 5-6 years to a great extent? Yeah, I'd say not particularly well. So, you know, why not have the Republicans and the Democrats, or let's just say, why not have people in the government come alongside Obama and those that support Obamacare and come up with an overall comprehensive program on how we make things, not just Obamacare, but any spending work. If you're going to have new spending work, you've got to have the revenue coming. And I would advocate, let's take a look at the tax code. Let's look at what we need to do to really get the economy on fire. Because as was the case back in the Ronald Reagan days, you know, you go back to the 80s when Reagan reduced the tax rate. By reducing that tax rate, the economy was set on fire, it was unleashed, and it ran. And you saw tax revenues come into the government at a level higher than ever before.
Are you a believer in the Laffer curve?
Well, you know, I believe in what happened then, back in the 80s, because, I mean, you look at what happened under Reagan, and you reduce the tax rates. That provided incentive, because, well, think of it this way: if I'm gonna produce $1, let's say, and I've got to give, and I'm just going to exaggerate for the effect,